have the praise team read us.
Ndugu wa kirohoni tuliokombolewa, tafakari sana yatupasayo. Ndugu wa kirohoni mliokombolewa, tafakarini sana yatupasayo. Wapenzi wake Yesu tuliokombolewa, tujitoe kabisa, wengi waponywe. Siku itatimia tutakapoulizwa wale wa nyumba zetu na majirani, wapenzi wake Yesu tuliokombolewa, tujitoe kabisa, wengi waponywe. Tujitoeni ndugu, tukahubiri Injili, atutumie Roho kuponya wengi. Wapenzi wake Yesu tuliokombolewa, tujitoe kabisa, wengi waponywe. Wasiokombolewa ni wengi vijijini, wataokolewaje tukiogopa? Wapenzi wake Yesu tuliokombolewa, tujitoe kabisa, wengi waponywe. Bwana alijitoa akapotewa mengi ili atuokoe tusiwe waoga. Wapenzi wake Yesu tuliokombolewa, tujitoe kabisa, wengi waponywe. Aliyetununua kwa kuimwaga damu, angalieni sana, msimwepuke. Wapenzi wake Yesu tuliokombolewa, tujitoe kabisa, wengi waponywe. Wapenzi
Worship Committee.
May we pray. Once again, Almighty God, our Father, our process and our prayer is the Lord, your continued presence shall continue to guide our hearts, our minds, our actions, so that, Lord, we may not deviate from your will. We commit all those that shall be participating in this session into your hearts. The Lord, they may only do your will. This we pray, believing and trusting in Jesus' name, our Lord and Savior. Amen.
Moderator, we are now in our third session, and we'll start with the business. We were supposed to start in the morning, and therefore we have the reports of the training and personnel development.
I happen to be the chair, and therefore I will request Past Moderator Jesse, you will be on the chair, on the hot seat.
Monitor Training and Personnel Development Committee is a huge department. I ask those of us from the university, from Rubati, TE, and Elite Training to join us here. I'll do a small overview from the Training and Personnel Development Monitor, and then we will have 2 minutes each for the late training, TE, the university, and Robert. So this is the report of Training and Personnel Development Committee to the second GAC of the 24th General Assembly. Training and Personnel report is document 5 in our docket. This department monitor is entrusted with the training of both the clergy and the laity, both locally and internationally, depending on the needs. The composition of this committee is the Theological Education by Extension, the Presbyterian University, Late Training, Presbyterian College Rubati, St. Paul's University, and one member from each and every of our presbyteries. During the year under review, we had 2 meetings. We also had other activities like exit interviews, where we exited the tent maker student who we had and the certificate of theology class that we had. During the year under review, also as you noted yesterday, because of the increasing need to reach out to differently abled, the Training and Personnel Development Committee onboarded a group of 5 theological students who are hearing impaired, and they are going on well. We have students who went for further studies during the year under review on a private resource scholarship. Reverend Moses Mukundi, who went to Columbia Theological Seminary, and Reverend Dr. Maura Kabaiko to Asbury Theological Seminary. We have continuing students, as you can see in our report there. who are still continuing, some of course on private resourced scholarships and some on church given scholarships. We have students who are continuing with their studies in our universities, both at St. Paul's and Presbyterian University. We have 4 students who are doing Bachelor of Theology in Puea and 11 doing Diploma in Theology. And we have 80 students at St. Paul's University. We have 2 students in Uganda and 4 students in Tanzania. We, during the year under review, continued with the ministry formation for the student ministers, and it has been going on well. During the year under review, we reviewed and expanded the liturgy so that it could coincide with the celebration of 100 years of the ordination of the first African clergy. We also finalized with the scholarship policy, and definitely monitors how we have some challenges. And one of the greatest challenges is the diminishing international scholarships, and sometimes the cash flow that IDAS has from the capacity to do more training. That is 2 of our challenges. Our future plan, moderator, is to focus on our core mandate, because our constitution is clear on what Training and Personnel Development Committee should be able to do. Before I call the moderator to second the report, we will have some very brief reports from our sections. We can begin from retraining, a minute of the highlight of what has happened, then TE, then university, then we have Presbyterian College. Robert, karibu.
Thank you. Good afternoon. In the period under review, the retraining have seen an increase in the number of elders being trained. We have a 63% increase. We have increased on-site and on-location training to the grassroots, where we have taken retraining qua ground. We are continuing with the international training of elders and leaders with various partner churches abroad, like United Presbyterian Church of Tacoma in the US. We have changed the policy of graduation, where now we are able to do 2 classes by December. We have increased private student recruitment, and again, through lobbying by the director, the executive board, and the head office, the permanent secretary for roads, who is a member of the local presbytery of Mogoga, has done the roadworks around the center, tarmacking all, and illegal structures removed. So special thanks to him for improving the center's ambience. The retraining center, the evangelist program, is continuing, and in the year under review, he graduated 2 classes. There has been improvements with a strategic partner like Booth at Rafiki Foundation. They have been supplying Bibles and other learning materials to all our students, the evangelists and the elders. There is good synergy between the retraining center, the Presbyterian University, and the TE department, where we are working in improving academic oversight and even registration of the students. There is an increase in hospitality conferencing because of the support and rapport of the local presbytery parishes and the surrounding community. The challenges, some of the retraining buildings are old, and hence a challenge in innovation, facelifting, and maintenance. Some presbyteries and parishes offer own training for elders, thus undermining the center command date of the retraining, and also compromise the quality of the training. Accreditation process is rigorous, thus it limits the number of courses and programs the center can offer. Shared space with Sharon School sometimes creates strain and destabilize learning in the center when the school is in full operation. And completed roadworks on the Nakuru-Naivasha highway tampers hampers any physical development at the center. And we also have limited space, which compromises the number of students that the center can accommodate. Future plans, we want to complete the accreditation process with bodies like NITA and other scholarship awarding bodies. We want to complete the physical development, refurbish the rooms, enhance ambience by improving all the physical facilities in the center. We are developing a business center with shops because of the tarmacking that has already been done. This is to be able to answer the demand from the locals. We are increasing the number of private students from 20 to 30 students. We are increasing the international training with all the PC affiliated churches in the diaspora, and so that we improve ecumenism. We will continue to lobby for the remaining part of the highway to be done, and hence allow us to be able to finish the physical developments around the center. I want to conclude by thanking everyone. The director and the board of management thanks the PCA headquarters, G officials, local presbytery, the entire church, and all the partners for their continued support. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, TE.
Thank you, moderator and the GAC members. I will take you through the TE report, which includes several things. I'll start by mentioning that we have an active board of management, which is comprised of the 5 regional representatives. We also have the director of missions, the deputy secretary general, and 2 co-opted members, and we also have 1 missionary who is in charge of the editing work. We have a team of 14 staff members who are in different categories. Some are pensionable, some are on contract, some are casuals, other part-timers, and others are volunteers. At the same time, moderator, we have all our outlets very active within all the regions, and therefore ensuring that people are being served well within the entire church. At the same time, it's good to mention that all the TE courses and programs are progressing on well, and we have had a good recruitment of even new classes, and we thank God for this. For moderator side, it's also good to mention that graduations have been happening. In the year under review, we had approximately 1,800 graduates from the different regions in all the programs. At the same time, we had graduations which were held abroad, a total of almost 80 graduates from churches in the USA, Great Commission, Church, the Umoja Presbyterian USA, PCA UK Outreach, UK PCA at the UK, a team of almost 80 graduates, and we thank God for the progress. The TE Advanced Diploma and Diploma in Guidance and Counseling, Psychological Counseling, we had a total of 124 who graduated at the PUEA, graduation on 5th of December 2025. We also had a total of 100 graduates who graduated within the same day in Diploma in Guidance and Counseling. Moderator, sir, we also have the non-study program, Adopt an Inmate, which has been doing so well and progressing on. And in the year the review, we had a total of 220 inmates who graduated. I can mention briefly that we have had sponsorship from different parishes and institutions. We have Rolesho, we have PCA Naivasha. The sponsors, we have Lavington United Church, New Nairobi East Presbytery, we have Kasarani West, we have Kahawa Sukari, we have PCA Narok and Gedongori Presbytery. All those have been sponsoring different inmates in different prisons. We also have a number of continuing inmates who are doing TE. We have sponsors like PCA UK, the new Nairobi East is still progressing, Mission and MMF. We also have Sugar Belt Presbytery also sponsoring another class at the same, within different prisons. It's good to mention, Moderator Sir, that we have achievements in the year under review, mentioning one, that the TE department has had quite a great improvement in savings at the PCA circle. We also have an achievement of clearance of salary arrears and supplier debts. At the moment, we have none that is asking any money from us, and we really thank God for that. Of course, it's good to mention, Moderator Sir, that this has not been without challenges. And some of the main challenges that we've experienced is that we've had some books having editorial errors, and we are prioritizing to ensure that we edit them. Number two is that we have had a high cost of production in preparing the materials for running, and we are seeking partnership to lower the cost. We also have a slow pace of development of the Bible study guides, and we are looking forward to engage willing ministers as volunteers to edit the work so that we can fasten the process. We have future plans, and one of them is that we want to actualize the dream of having a TE resource center at the Puer. We also have a dream of revising and enhancing all the TE study materials to see that they are able to address the contemporary issues amongst our people. We are also looking forward to automate the entire department operations for efficiency. Thank you, Moderator Sir. I end by saying that we thank God for the church. We thank all the presbyteries and the entire church for the support within the TE.
Let me start by saying that the university is on and going on well. We have the end of semester examinations beginning on Monday next week, and therefore for the diploma certificate and undergraduate students, the semester will be ending on 18th of next week. But for masters, they will end the week after. During the year under review, let me report that the population of the university stood at 3,008. Of course, this determined by the effect of the changing model of financing by the government. The staff stands at 129. That is both teaching and non-teaching, 19 of whom are part-timers. And all the programs of the university went on well in the year under review, culminating in a graduation, where we graduated the biggest number of students, around 1,900. Major achievements: the university has continued to develop programs. In the recent past, we submitted 7 to the Commission for University Education, and these courses are demand-driven. I would especially want to bring to our notice that we have a course that is offered only at the Presbyterian University and Jomo Kenyatta University in Kenya. That is occupational therapy. And this has been the university attract students from as far as Nigeria, Malawi, Uganda, Tanzania, and we even have a student from the US. The university has continued to work on the historical debts that the university had. We now stand at around 300 million for Cooperative Bank and around the same amount for KRA. Puer has continued to revamp its open and distance learning platform, and this has led to the increased number of students through our mobilization centers that we call virtual centers. We owned a successful Jitegemea webinar on 24th and 25th of September 2025. And again, we have a strong partnership with Jitegemea, where they are launching a student endowment fund. And when we had the centenary celebration, they handed in a check of 1 million as a seed for that partnership. We had an international leadership workshop in August last year, spearheaded by our chair of the council, and quite a number of universities that attended. Organized a competence-based education workshop, bearing in mind this is where the country is moving in terms of education. And again, it was a successful one. We have continued to launch new programs, as I've said, even in our TVET Institute, where we even have come up with a new program called Mortuary Science, which has become very popular and has attracted very many students who are joining us in May. PUYA continues to boast of very many programs at certificate, diploma, masters, and even PhD. This year we hope students with PhD in business administration. This will be the pioneer PhD graduates from the Presbyterian University of East Africa. We have also launched another very competitive master's program in counseling psychology. And again, we continue to attract students in that area. Our relationship with the community has been very cordial. We interact very well and share a lot with churches within the place where the university is and even far and wide the presbyteries and parishes. And I would especially want to highlight an incident that occurred one time, because I know it could be in the minds of some people. We had some students implicated with death of a child of a staff member, but the differences were resolved in a good way. On how to make sure this comes to pass. We also appreciate other stakeholders, like the First Presbyterian Church of Atlanta, who at one time came around and they were working on the School of Nursing. They have come back and they have already started equipping our laboratories. We have on the first technical meeting on the priority areas so that money can be set aside for that project to kick off. This is, of course, in collaboration with PCA St. Andrews. The way forward is to continue working on our debt, but I want to tell you, if you look at our figures on the docket, you will find that we had a profit of 300 million in the year under review. And if we were to look at the debt as compared to what we are owed, the UFB alone owes us 2 billion. The University Funding Board. Who have assisted us to start growing pumpkins, bananas, and have them dried for sale. And we want to believe this way we'll be able to come back to our feet. The council is also doing aggressive savings. Like during the last year's graduation, we saved 9 million shillings. And from that amount, we have plans to acquire a university bus so that we can continue to save, especially in matters taking our health sciences students for clinical rotation. We have also installed solar panels, and this has enabled us to save to the tune of 300,000 per month. That is our way forward, and the future looks bright. Thank you. Moderator, sir.
Thank you. Okay, Presbyterian College, Robati.
Moderator and commissioners and delegates, this is Presbyterian College, Rubate. My name is Mukundi. I'm born again. Presbyterian College, Rubate was established in 1993, and it was established to offer primary education, what used to be called the P1s, and it has been doing so. Also, it has added several other programs like early childhood education, special need education, and in 2004, we also started offering diploma in secondary education. In 2012, we partnered with the Presbyterian University of East Africa to offer degree in education. Currently, we have a number of programs because the P1 certificate is no longer on offer. We have a new program called Diploma in Teacher Education for Pre-Primary and Primary Education, known as DTE, PP, and P. We are also offering diploma in upgrading P1s to a diploma, and that's also a new program. And we are also offering another diploma in upgrading ECD certificate, but the last two are no longer on offer from December this year. The government has discontinued them, and we have students in campus. We are hoping we will have a way forward. This year, God willing, and the prayer being able to register primary education, primary Bachelor of Education, primary option, we will start our first intake of the Bachelor of Education primary option. We have also brought in a new program by establishing an institution called Presbyterian College of Health Sciences, Rubate, in 2023. And we are offering Kenya registered community health nursing, and we have already been there for 3 years. We have also introduced a new program called Health Services Support through TVET, because we have a TVET institute in Rubate, and we are offering level 4 and level 5. Level 4 is for those with the grade E and the D minus. Level 5 is those with the D all the way to C minus. On governance, we have a board of management, and we have the number of people they are there. The vision is there, you can see it, and the mission and the core values. We also have the staffing, as you can see. We have allowed 44 teaching and non-teaching staff. And the student enrollment are as follows. For TTC, it has grown from 23 students we started with in 2022 to 236. KRCHN, we have 147. And university students, those who are doing degree, diploma, and certificate, we have 20.
Milele Cup drinking water is the real deal. Now in a brand new look, but still as sparkling as ever. Trust us to quench your thirst. Grab your bottle from a shop near you now. Place your order by calling 0725 253 777 or 0738 225 966. Milele Cup drinking water. Drink fresh, feel Milele.
Welcome to Mono Safaris, Tours and Travel, where you discover hidden gems with our exclusive low season tours. Escape the crowds and experience the beauty of travel during the enchanting low season. We invite you to uncover unique destinations at unbeatable prices. Adventure awaits with Mono Safaris, Tours and Travel. Embrace the extraordinary during the low season. For more information, visit our website www.monosafaris.com or call us at 11504807 or email info@monosafaris.com. Mono Safaris, Tours and Trouble. We are because we love what we do.
Looking for a serene, affordable getaway in Mombasa? Welcome to Waget Hotel, a PCEA-owned destination where comfort meets value. Whether you're an individual, a family, or a group, Waget Hotel offers the perfect setting for rest, bonding, and fellowship. Enjoy our exclusive off-peak rates for PCEA church groups at just 2,500 shillings per person on half-board and 2,800 shillings per person on full board, inclusive of a complimentary conference hall. At Waget Hotel, we go further with special discounts, flexible packages, and rates designed with your convenience in mind. Experience genuine hospitality in a quiet, serene environment, the perfect place to relax, connect, and create lasting memories with your family and team. For reservations, call 0722 209 796 or WhatsApp 0731 209 796. Waget Hotel, your home away from home in Mombasa.
That is dealt with. We have reviewed and expanded the liturgy, that you are aware that even during the anniversary celebrations of 100 years of ordination of African ministers, we launched the Centennial Edition. That is a liturgy that is reviewed but also expanded because it factored on some of the items that were not previously in the other liturgies. We are in the process of even now making it translated, because we only had the English and the Kikuyu version, because the Kikuyu version was the original version in 1926, but we are in the process of seeing how the Kiswahili version can also be brought on board and also encourage other languages. We have also conducted ministerial formation for those ministers who are leading themselves for ordination. That has been happening as need apply. With those many remarks, Auditor Sir, I second the report.
Thank you. Thank you for the report. It's detailed, and we can see the struggle that because we've been called to live in a world of struggle as we do the will of the Lord and serve Him, people have to struggle upwards, sometimes on a very slippery hill, and they have to keep on keeping on. Thank you for the report, even as we encourage them not to die, but to keep on surviving and growing as the Lord helps them. Now that you have listened to the reports, not one, but combination of them, questions time. Begin with the first you had there.
Moderator, sir, the first question goes to the Training and Personnel Committee. Given that yesterday we were treated with a very emotional prayer for those who are impaired in terms of hearing, they were here, I think the 5 of them students. I want to ask the training that there's a big challenge that we have to get a policy document from them. One, I have one from my presbytery. I saw him here. I asked him how he got communication. He was told by the others to come. These guys cannot travel individually from Nairobi here. They need to come as a team, as a group. They had to look for an interpreter so that they can be able to access where we are. Now, they were here. The interpreter comes from a different presbytery, not paid by anyone, offering free services. Now, the ministry is here with us of hearing impaired. But the challenge is we don't have a policy document. When we go to the presbytery, let me give you an example. A student came, we want him to be in the presbytery meeting. He is being interpreted by a youth member who is not an elder. So my question is, do we have any policy document involving these ministers? We cannot train impaired without a policy on who are going to interpret and whether they are going to be ministers or elders so that they can access even the closed court. That policy document, how are we going to deal with it? Can I ask the other question, Moderator, sir?
But don't make it long.
Yes.
A direct question.
The other question is, when we were in GAC Meru, we asked that the late training board be reconstituted. And I think there is a resolution for reconstitution of that board. I'm a member there, but I don't think it has ever been reconstituted. Why the delay? The third one, okay. The third question is that...
Last one from you now.
Eh?
Last one,
last
question from you.
Let me see which one I'll ask. Okay. The last one is, what process was used to promote a dean to an acting VC by passing all others in the ladder of leadership in the university? Why promote somebody who is a dean? You bypass the DVC, you bypass the registrar, and what the process was used to do that? What is the process? Why do you promote somebody who is down there and giving them, leave the others?
Okay, right. Other question? Yes, over there.
Thank you, Moderator. We thank the training committee for the exhaustive report. I want to direct a question to prayer. Now that from your account, there is a liability of 720,245,777. What are the plans? What is the step-by-step plan to recover from this debt so that it stops growing? The debt stops growing. Then the accounts for Rubate, they don't look like they are qualified accounts. Maybe I need some guidance on them. Thank you, Moderator.
No, put it as a question.
I would want to get Robate tell us about why their accounts don't seem like they are qualified. Thank you.
Okay, right. There's another hand over there.
Thank you, Moderator, sir. My question is directed to the TE. And the question is, what are they doing so that they will accommodate those able differently as blind, the deaf? We don't have a program for that to facilitate those people. What are they doing towards that?
The question is, what are they doing? Okay. We see another hand over there. Can't see well, so I cannot tell who it is.
Thank you, Moderator, sir. I also impose a question to the T that did they consider translating their material to Kiswahili? because it looks like we are left out. So their materials are covering all of those who know Zungu. And as we remember, our church in Tanzania there is growing also. They need also to be venturing into that theological education by extension. Thank you.
Two more, just to you, and then we shall get the answers now.
Thank you, moderator. This is to the training. We have quite a number of private sponsored students or once ministers that have been trained. And we have shortage in our church. And these individuals, probably they have a call which can be established the way of the church does it. We have quite a number, and there was lamentation about lack of funds to train. These ones have trained themselves, and we have vacant parishes. What is difficult about checking their call or whatever is done and then getting them employed?
That is the question now, okay? The gentleman behind you.
Thank you, moderator. In the last GA, that's exactly 2 years ago, there was a resolution in the report of the Training and Personnel Development, a resolution that asked that we recruit a substantive director of training and personnel development with immediate effect. 2 years down the line, it is still under the DSG, who is running up and down with so many other responsibilities. Isn't it time that we implement that, moderator, sir?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have the answers, please.
Thank you, Chair. We will give answers from different sections. We will start with late training, Puea, Robate, TE. I'll do one, and then the moderator will also do another one.
Thank you, sir. The question is on the reconstitution of the board, and that process is ongoing because according to the policy that is there, we checked that the current group of directors had finished, and that was reported to the training, and through a minute, the mandate was given to source for other names using the policy, and that has been done, but the directors had not been approved by the committee by the time of this meeting, but by the next meeting, that will be completed. And the said member, by default, the one who has the question, still remains a member of the board, being the moderator of the presbytery that the center is in, and I encourage that they continue consulting with the director because he would be aware of all those processes. But the process will be completed because we have to do things procedurally.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Puea.
Moderator, sir. Good afternoon, GAC. Let me respond to the question that is directed to the council. My name is Professor Gary, and I'm the chair of the council of the Presbyterian University. And the question that raises is about the processes that were used to recruit the current acting vice chancellor. First of all, may I point here that the governing council acts on several documents for its recruitment processes. We refer to the charter, the statutes, policy, governance manual, and also Commission of Education guidelines. In this particular case, may I let the GAC know that the DPC, the current DPC, and the current registrar are all on acting capacity. And according to the university regulations, incidentally, none of them is even supposed to hold those offices. Because of the ranking of the universities, we are now in the process of putting into place all these offices as per the Commission of University guidelines. The board is meeting in the next 1 week to look at this process, and indeed we are going to advertise for all these positions, because when the Commission of Education came to check on us, this is one of the issues that were raised. The current acting Vice Chancellor, incidentally, is only acting for 3 months. And within those 3 months, we have to aggressively recruit a substantive Vice Chancellor, and I think that matter rests there. As of the plan to recover from the debts, we are doing everything doable. These debts are from the government, that is the main debtor. We are part of the Private Universities Association, and we're in constant communication to see what we can do. And this is not the only debts. We are not the only ones. I think it's all the private universities. And I should say that is as it is per now. We are doing our best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Then TEE.
Thank you. This is Rubate on the issue of qualifying accounts. One, I want to clarify that the observation is true. The accounts are there, but have not been signed, and the external auditor has not given his opinion. The reason is, by the time we were getting the auditor who is doing our audit, from the previous record, the institution owe him 800,000. That means since he started auditing, it's like he was not paid. So after he left, and the church got an auditor, we were able to negotiate with the outgoing auditor on the issues of payment. And therefore, the previous ones, they were audited because we had agreed. When we come now to the current one, by the time we were negotiating, number one, we were to do it in writing that we acknowledge we owe them 800,000 and then give them a plan of how to pay. By the time we are agreeing on what to do, time was still running. And by the time they came to do audit, time had already gone out, and they brought their opinion actually a week ago. And by that time, the issue of forwarding document to the head office for having it in the docket had already expired. So the issue is that we have not been able to pay. The institution is just recovering 800,000. So we agreed we pay him 100 so that he can come. So we have 700,000 to go on audit. But after making some inquiry, we were advised by the office of SG that we negotiate with him how much we will pay instead of him giving us a figure which we cannot be able to pay. That's the reason.
Information.
Moderator, from the finance department, I doubt whether that would be a reason for qualification, and I would suggest that as per our practice, whenever accounts are either qualified or missing, they are referred back to the business committee, so that the business committee appointed the auditor. If there are issues, that will be resolved there, so that we do not have to, in fact, those accounts are not even submitted. It was part of our observation within the finance committee report that they are not there, so we will be requesting that they be channeled back to the business committee for resolution of that issue. Thank you.
Does that information help you?
Yes.
Good.
Thank you, moderator and the members. I want to respond to the two questions. One is on the aspect of the PWD, and we truly acknowledge that there is a gap. And since I believe that going forward, we'll be having a policy for the PWD within the training, I want to believe that we'll plug in hours from the TE modalities of training, and then that will be taken care of, you can be sure. On the other part of Kiswahili training, and especially from the people of Tanzania. I want to acknowledge that I am informed that this process had already started. I know there are books that are supposed to have been delivered to Tanzania, and we are going to revive that process to ensure that we accommodate the Kiswahili people. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Before I call the moderator to respond to one of the questions, for sure, like it has been raised here, moderator, we will have a challenge with the processing of the hearing impaired ministers. But we are thinking, moderator, that the challenge that we will have is a challenge at a lower scale than when we are having a hearing impaired person undergoing counseling to end, and the minister to do the counseling is not hearing impaired. So we will have teething problem as we begin, but we have to look at it in a wholesale so that we begin from somewhere. Even when we sent these students to the university didn't have somebody to do sign language interpretation. So as the training committee, we had to look for people to go and support in the sign language interpretation so that our students can be able to learn together with the other students. And the university was so courteous to allow us to do that local arrangement. We would want to encourage, because the community of the hearing impaired is increasing in the society, it is now upon us to continue even training ourselves on the basics of hearing impaired, because we really must be able to reach out to them. So it's a challenge we appreciate, but we must begin somewhere as we look for a conclusive solution to this challenge. I would want the moderator to respond on privately sponsored students, because it's also an issue.
Thank you. There was the question regarding the recruitment of more, particularly from the self-sponsored group. And you know that has been ongoing. Every time we do a recruitment, we factor that over the years. It's only, again, we cannot recruit very big numbers at a go, because there are also other dynamics, like where you place them to do practicals. Once you have recruited, much as they have done theological education, they need to be attached to a parish and a presbytery to do practicals. And therefore you have to be sure that you have that. And I know those who have trained students for ordination know that it comes with a cost. So you cannot post a student this year, then shortly after post another one, maybe within the same presbytery. You have to give them some space to do a budget. That's why we are not able to recruit every other season, because we have to factor that. You saw the big number that was ordained, the ones we commissioned yesterday. When we recruited them, among them are self-sponsored ones. And you remember that we posted a student to each presbytery, other than Tanzania Mission. And that's why we posted 2 to Nairobi North Presbytery. And I remember before they were posted, Nairobi North had petitioned us informally not to post a student on practical in their presbytery, but instead we posted 2. Because that has to happen. Therefore, because of that, those budgetary implications, we cannot again recruit very many students at a go. And again, you can observe that we have reduced the deficit. There was a very high deficit before the 61. Now the deficit is not as big, much as it is still there, but we are very keen to make sure that every area will get a minister. And how do we get that minister? Through those we train, through the ordinary process of recruitment, and even recruiting through the self-sponsored category. Thank you.
Moderator, there was one also on the filling the position of the secretary to the training, and I would want to assure the GAC that is a matter under appointment, and at the appropriate time, looking at the personnel available, that office will be filled up. Thank you.
Is it a question or comment or what? But questions have been answered, sir.
Only that I didn't catch the moderator's eye.
Please, you are umeshelewa.
Thank you.
Is it a comment? If it's good, if it's a comment, hold it.
I can frame it like a comment.
Okay, hold on. Hold on, I'm inviting comment now. But make it a comment in your clever way. Now, so you see all over, whether secular or religious or whatever kind of education in Kenya is going through challenges. And indeed, they have to see how they will survive. However, we do appreciate that they are surviving and moving on, although they go through turbulent air. So if you now come over to make a comment, we would appreciate if you make healthy, positive, encouraging comments, rather than something that sounds like you are fighting back. Comments now. Gentleman at the corner.
Thank you, moderator, and the GAC members. My comment goes to retraining. Referring to the challenge they have highlighted concerning some presbyteries offering own training to elders. And I would like maybe to encourage all, I'm framing it to be a comment, to request the lay training to think of maybe devolving trainings of elders. I come from Kitale Presbytery, and taking elders to Kitale is very costly. There is a time we wanted to have a local arrangement with them, but the cost that we were given, including the transport of elders to the retraining, was very huge. And that left us with the option of training them locally. Is it possible for retraining to delocalize to the VOV and zone and maybe work with presbyteries so that they can bring the training also of elders closer to them? That was the comment plus.
It's a comment which is also a question. All right. But Mudoi.
Thank you. Thank you, moderator. Thank you, moderator, and the GAC. We want to appreciate the work done by the training, and I want to comment on the importance of continuous training. And for us who are still in the ministry, the elders and ministers, we need to have either of our institutions very committed to having those continuous training, like it happens in other corporates. Because you can see someone has been in the job for 5, 6, 7 years, and nothing has happened. Retooling and retraining. And I think this is a very, very important aspect. It is a role of the retraining, or even the university can take up, where ministers can have own job training, or even elders, so that we enhance our capacity. Thank you.
Thank you. I see that. Okay.
2 quick comments. One of it is on hearing impaired. When we train one minister, 2 ministers in hearing impaired, it's quite costly, as it has just been put by the Secretary of the Training. When the personnel goes to the field, it even becomes more costly. Because when you hire one, you got to hire like 2 to 3 others, because you need an interpreter to be with the hearing impaired on a full-time basis apart from when they are asleep, because of where they are serving. if probably you trained a minister, you need a minister to, minister to the hearing impaired, trained that minister on sign language. Probably that minister will be able to handle the hearing impaired and at the same time take care of the other congregation. That is just thinking. So even as we continue training, it's also good to think around that, because Moderator and the GAC, there is a region I don't want to mention so that I don't get accused of profiling a region. There's a region that has a very huge population of people who have a challenge with the hearing. A number of them. Either, maybe a research needs to be done in that particular area, whether it's what or whatever it is that causes that, so that those people can be able to be ministered to, wholesomely and well. The other comment I wanted to mention, Moderator and all of us, is the issue of the attire. And I don't know what the training is doing about that. Picking from what Mudoi has said about retooling. I don't know that in our training of ministers, there is a unit on the clergy outfit. Because the outfits we are having around out here, sometimes you wonder, is that an Orthodox, is it a Presbyterian, is it a Roman Catholic? We are wearing robes left, right, front. I do not know exactly whether we have that or we need to introduce that. There's a time I remember it had been mentioned on the passing by the sitting SG about the outfit of either it's white or it's red shirt or what. Because you'll go to other denominations, you see the Anglicans dressed, you can tell those are the Anglican ministers from the outfit. You look at the Roman Catholic and tell those are the Roman Catholic ministers robed. As even when we wear the black robes, the robes will have, God knows how many colors, gold, red, white, yellow. So I don't know whether the training committee could also look, it's not a question. It's important for us to look into a way of structuring the training around the clergy outfit.
Okay. There is another comment over. We are not going to make them very, very many.
Thank you. My comment goes to Robate College. And from my observation, it is very clear that there is a lot of diversification that has taken place, whereby they are now offering more courses, including the health sciences, and also being compliant with the curriculum or with the competence-based curriculum that is taking place today. Very commendable. Keep it up. Thank you.
Now, time is over. I'm warned the time is over, and you can realize that we have only today to finish the business. Allow me to stop there. With my love, with my concern, but thank you. Resolutions.
Thank you, Moderator. First is to bring us to a resolution from document 3 that was referred to document 5. So I'll read it first. This GAC recommends that the Training and Development Committee work done during the year under review, which includes review of the liturgy book, ministerial formation, training of hearing impaired candidates, among others.
Addition?
This GAC appreciates the Training and Personnel Development Committee for its work during the year under review, including the training of hearing impaired candidates. Further, this GAC directs the committee to develop and present a clear policy framework on the provision, remuneration, and terms of engagement of sign language interpreters serving deaf ministers to ensure effective ministry and equitable support.
Would you like it that way? Yes. Yes? Please write. Andika tafadhali.
This GAC appreciates the programs run in the TE department and directs the revision, digitization, and automation of the programs to address contemporary issues efficiently.
Accepted?
This GAC appreciates the work done by the
Amendment?
Thank you, Moderator. I thought the proposal to revise, digitize, and automate came from the TEE. So the GAC cannot direct, we can only support their recommendation.
Is that a correction or? Okay.
Yes, an amendment. This GAC appreciates that programs run in the TEE department and supports the revision, digitization, and automation of the programs to address contemporary issues efficiently.
Does that make it better? The yes is weak. Does it make it better? Good, let's go ahead.
This GAC appreciates the work done by the Ron's PS and thanks him for continued support to the Late Training Center.
Another correction, yes.
I think, Moderator, we need to use the titles correctly for the PS. This GAC appreciates the work done by the State Department for Roads PS, Engineer Joseph Bogwa, and thanks him for continued support to the Red Training Center.
That's how you do want it to be? The only one person saying yes. That's good? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Moderator. This GAC appreciates the ecumenical cooperation with the diaspora churches and encourages further synergy and cooperation.
Accepted?
This GAC notes with appreciation the effort to establish the School of Theology in the Presbyterian University of East Africa. Further, this GAC implores the university to engage qualified personnel and financial resources to help the university to achieve the same as a flagship school.
Accepted?
This GAC notes with concern the usurping of training mandate of the late training for elders by some presbyteries and parishes and directs that all training to be done by the Late Training Center.
Accepted?
Late training for elders by some presbyteries and parishes and directs that all training to be done by the Late Training Center.
Accepted? No? What's wrong? Who would suggest what you want to hear?
Okay, the moderator wants to help.
Chair, I know the fear is the cost, but again, we have to standardize our training. If we don't do it again, we will find the same problem Dr. Karaja was talking about, of elders who handle the bread one way and the wine the other way. When we have standardized training, it's good. Maybe the issue would be the rate training to address costs, because it has outreaches. Sometimes it doesn't have to be done at rate training. It can go to Kitale or some other place. Maybe if you look at cost, it would be fair that training is done uniformly. So we do not have diverse trainings for elders because of the uniformity we are looking for. Maybe, I don't know how we can frame it, to ensure that we are user-friendly, we have costs that do not hamper people from plugging into the training of late training, but at the same time not lose that spirit. Maybe they could help us so that we don't lose the spirit of training, even as we factor the cost. Because I guess the no is coming because of fear of cost. Yes, so help us so that we make it better.
Can it be that way without any amendment? You want to amend it? Yes, sir?
Moderator, I'm thinking about the late training going where the elders are, and also where possible, having online trainings, online platforms for training. That will make it better if it is added on the resolution.
Long ago, when you had former moderator Kiongo, Kimani Shege, and Jessica Mau, we used to jump into a car and travel. 3 people traveling is easier than having 20 people travel either on train or bus. So the training team can come over for a weekend, then you house them. But I'm not writing a resolution, I'm just suggesting history that is known. So let's either have the resolution as it is. Stamped or iwe amended. Bila kukawia sana. Let's either have the resolution as it is stamped or iwe amended. Bila kukawia sana. I see a hand over there with that's a lady. Can't see well who it is. Oh, there you are.
You moderator, sir. Maybe considering all that, we can just be done by, and we say through the late training center, because when we say through, they can come to where we are, so that we also do the training uniformly.
Would you like us to reread the resolution, or we take it as it is?
We reread this GAC, notes with concern the usurping of the training mandate of the LTC for elders by some presbyteries and parishes, and directs that all the training to be done through the lay training center.
Through the lay. Is that accepted? Yes. You happy? Okay.
Okay. This GAC appreciates the effort for accreditations for courses by professional bodies like NITA and TVETA. Further, this GAC urges the late training center to collaborate with church organs to achieve this objective.
Agreed?
This GAC...
We would love, as GAC, made the word urges, and they say directs. We are not urging them, we are directing them. Thank you, moderator.
That's what you want to say? Are we directing?
Okay, thank you. Take it, moderator. Yeah, the direction, we have taken the direction.
Well, this is a resolution that's going to remain in the history. So let's be clear. Are we directing or urging or beseeching them or? Are we directing? No.
We have taken the directions. This GAC notes with appreciation the progress made by the Board of Management in restoring the college and increasing enrollment, and encourages the same effort to be
Agreed? Yes.
This GAC appreciates Reverend John Gaturugatu for the work he did as TE Director, and wishes him blessings in the next appointment, and welcomes Reverend Jacinta Kiogi and wishes her God's blessings as she acts as the director in the department.
Is that what you have in your mind? You accept that? Good.
Thank you, moderator.
We even bless the former kiongozi wa TE, and as we welcome the other one, and encourage them to go on well. Good. Concern?
Sorry, moderator, for taking the GAC back, but in the resolutions, we have included the name of the PS, Bogwa, and he was doing this as a civil servant, and we are saying that he did some work around the lay training. I think he will not be very comfortable with that. I think we would say the government did it for us. Otherwise, it may be looked as if he was biased to lay training or something like that.
Can we amend that? Yes. To avoid the collation? You see, words are very strong and statements are very strong. While you mean this, somebody can misinterpret and give it another meaning. So we have to be careful what we write and what we say. We may be saying good, but somebody will take it to be anything else. Are we through now?
And just the point of the Lord, we now, in view of what has been raised, we may even as well not acknowledge that one, but we just recognized that it was done without necessarily going to the details of the government or the individual who was able to lead us in that direction.
And you have a reason for saying that?
I think it's okay to leave it
All right.
because,
Are we happy with
there are many things and there are many ways of doing. Some are done because we are there and we can be able to do them. But there are also programs and plans, so we don't know where it came on.
Okay. Without allowing further discussion, shall we stop there?
Yes.
All right. We are thankful for the Education Department and appreciate that they are going through struggle like the whole world is also going through. We encourage them not to give up, and we tell them to keep on keeping on, so that education, even when education is tested, it will also be able to pass through the tests. Thank you very much. Honorable, take your seat. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right.
We appreciate your chairmanship for steering us through that very ably. Next order.
Moderator, the next item is the report of men ministry and the report of Christian education.
Men ministry. Mumeitwa, mutaitika?
Thank you, moderator. As we do this report, somebody stand back 316. When we finish, you can pick this document here, this card. Moderator, we have the PCMF report in our docket. Just a few briefs as we have done previously. Since 1973, the foundation of PCMF was laid. We have the leadership that guided us during the year under review. We had several achievements and milestones, from capacity building to mission and evangelism to mentorship to ecumenical and global engagement. We never ran our year moderator without some challenges. And we had several challenges, like we have enlisted them, some including the shifting of the school calendar because of the changes that we have that affected the whole item of rate of passage. And moderator, with those, I want to invite the chair to the board to read the conclusion and second our report.
Moderator, sir, to God be the glory for the milestones made as more men are being admitted in discipleship to the Christian faith, from adherents to communicant members. We want to thank God for that amendment of the Constitution that was done by the GAC in the last GAC. And with that, moderator, I want to second the report.
Then we can invite questions. Questions to the men. Questions to the men from the women. Because the men seem happy. The women would tell us whether they're also happy. Looks like other than Moses Degwa.
My question is, now that we don't have a substantive director in the PCMF, and there is those projects or income-generating projects that involve the PCMF, my question is, from very reliable sources, is that there is a house rental that has not been paid for quite some time. And doing the market value, the house is not even valued. The rent that is being paid is not equal. Supposed to be paid 200 and something per month. They are paying 100 and there is arrears. I am asking maybe the acting director, my good friend, whether where he is acting, he is able to follow up on those incomes that were involved in those departments.
Looks like no other. He sounds like he has opened the servers of PCMF property. Okay, responses.
Moderator, we appreciate that question, and it is true. As PCMF, there was a challenge with our tenant in our house in Kiambu, but in collaboration with the foundation, that matter is being addressed. More of those resources have been paid, and the PCMF, in collaboration with the other entities in the church, will ensure that every coin owned to the PCMF will be gotten. Thank you.
Done with Q&A. Comments? Comments? None. Resolutions?
This GAC receives the PCMF report together with the audited accounts for the year 2024-2025 with appreciation.
Taken.
This GAC appreciates the mentorship program through the rite of passage for boys as a process of discipleship involving all stakeholders. Further, this GAC instructs that the timing be aligned with the exit of learners in grade 9.
Taken.
This GAC notes the disparities in PCMF activities across the church due to the devolving of the groups and recommends that the group activities be centralized at presbytery level.
Taken. I guess there was a resolution that goes with Barrier Act or something in regards to all the church groups. I think it was there in the GA. So this could be still echoing what was agreed upon. So I don't think we need the resolution because we already had said yes, but it requires a process that will even go to Barrier Act because of the change of the Constitution. So let's drop it.
This GAC appreciates the services offered by the former PCMF Director, Reverend Henry Gachero Kaira, for 10 years and recommends the recruitment of another director as soon as possible.
Taken? Yes.
Thank you, Moderator.
Thank you. Any additional? Reverend Karanja?
Moderator, I'm just wondering about the wording of the recruitment. Is it recruitment or appointment? Because all their directors, they had been appointed and they went out through appointment committee. So are we now changing that so that instead of appointing, so that the appointment committee appoints, other than the other way, unless there is a change. So that's how I would have a challenge with the word recruitment to appointment.
Maybe we could just talk of replacement.
Yes, that's okay.
And leave the nitty-gritty to those that do it. Yes. Yes. Okay. Replacement. So that the rest will be done by those who should do it. Thank you. I think we are done then. Then we clap for them as they take their seats.
Moderator, the next report is of the Christian education. Christian education.
Christian education report. Those doing the report, take to the podium.
Monitor, you had acquired that you had promised they would see me if you can
Well, yeah, the education people needs to be woken up by a choir. Therefore, is the Joro choir still allowed? Are they ready to come and present worship? You could be our dear sister from Marula. We need a bit of worship as we wait for the choir. Hope it doesn't come before the report loads. The Christian education report loads.
Yesu nipendaye, kwako nakimbilia, ni wewe utoshaye, mwovu akinijia, yafiche umbavuni mwako maisha yangu, nifikishe mbinguni, moyo wangu, ngome nyingine sina, nategemea kwako, usinitupe Bwana, nipe neema yako, ninakuamini.
the honor to present, and it very well. I looked out of the window. I saw you in this attire. I thought another choir had come. Because when you came in the morning, you had a very smart attire, now you have another good one. So you people came with your wardrobe here. We appreciate that you are not only smartly well dressed, but also your voices and the message is quite rich, and also the mixture, as we said, of young and old. DSG, I don't know whether there was anything to do with these people, men and women.
A prayer for them and a group photo.
Thank you. Okay, Pastor Moderator Fernando will pray, and then we can do a photo.
Na tuombe. Tunakushukuru sana Baba Mwenyezi. Cha maana kwa sababu inaguza roho zetu na maisha yetu. Tunaombea watu wako na hasa kwaya ile iko mbele yetu. Tunaona ni kwaya iko na future. Kuna watoto wadogo na wale wa katikati. Lord, be with them and guide them as they exercise their gift. And also bless this church ili watoe na watumie vipawa hizi zote. Tunaomba haya katika jina la Yesu aliye mkombozi wetu. Amen. Amen.
Okay. Christian Education Report has now loaded. We can now have it.
Moderator, we wish to present the 2025 Christian Education Report. As we all know, Christian education is about discipleship, equipping the learners to become like Christ. We try to transform not only children, but we transform them so that through them we also can transform the homes, the church, the school, and the society. We have the vision, the mission, and the motto of the Christian education as shown there. And we have the objectives as displayed, a number of objectives based and derived from our SP. We have listed the activities that we did during the year under review, and they are many. We have the general overview and the reports related to our engagement, our networks with the TSC, with the Ministry of Education. We have report about the PRESPA, Presbyterian Schools and Principals Association, an entity that is doing very well, and our desire to also have the same entity for the primary schools and for the private schools. We would want to let the GAC know that through the PRESPA also, we are bringing together the deputy principals, and we recently held another meeting with them. The PRESPA's activities have been shown what they were able to do during the year under review. We intend to do more in the course of this year in relation to the patrons of the Christian Union. We intend to have a national conference for PRESPA and to continue to support our mobilization for people through the GLS. We intended to have Presbyterian Teachers Fellowship and strengthen it. We support our candidates by giving them the success cards. One of the other entities that we really wanted to see is Joint Institution Fellowship. We have a success story in Thogoto and in Kamboi, and we would want this replicated moderator in other areas so that we can bring our institutions together to strengthen our mission. We have a lot of interest, monitors Christian education, with what is happening in the Buddhist schools, and we are happy for that model and what it is doing. And we would want to work together and seek support so that we can strengthen that entity so that it can be our strongest beacon in terms of the standard that we would want to set as Christian education and as the church. We would want to continue encouraging visibility of our people and our leaders in our schools so that we are there in BOAM, in attending meetings, and protecting our space in schools. We continue with other programs that we have, like GAC. The principal monitor, it's important for the GAC to note, is very concerned about our school at Sirai, noting that this school monitor was begun when there was groups at the national level. And the Christian education groups would bring together resources and they would support our school at Sirai. But since it is centralization monitor, we have not gotten a good model and method on how to support that school that is doing very, very well. In the month of June this year, the PRESPA is organizing for a fundraising because they feel that that is their baby. They have been there previously supported with some consumables, but now want to go further. We continue to encourage issues related to music ministry because of its importance in the church and in the worship. We continue to participate in a global reformed and advocacy program for engagement initiative and about the communion of reformed churches, GRAPE. And this year, the advocacy up to 2028 will be on clean water, access, and we are happy that one of us, Reverend Lucy, was able to complete the training under this program, and she graduated. PCSRI, we did, of course, the Christian Education Week, and including, of course, this year, which is not captured here, has already been observed. We have some challenges, like I have mentioned during this report, but major of that report is in relation to our PCEA Sirai. And of course, the competition around the schools, around the management, around the deployment of hands of schools and teachers, and the monitor is a space that we would want to encourage this GAC, that wherever we are, we need to jealously protect our space that is even guaranteed to us by the Education Act. With all those, and we have future plans, I would want to call the Secretary General to second this report.
So in conclusion to this Christian education report, we want to give gratitude to God for his guidance, success, and growth. And we also want to appreciate the church leadership, the department and partners for the support and all the collaboration which we have seen and given. Recognition of volunteers and Prespa leadership again for their dedication, and then commitment to move forward, guided by the vision of rekindled, restored, and lauded. So, Moderator Sir, with those few remarks as the conclusion, I wish to second this report.
Thank you. Clap for the officers. We now invite questions. The educators have done well. They have scored E. Previously, if you scored an E, you had underperformed. Nowadays, if you score EE, it is exceeding expectations. So those who score an E now get the best places. Unlike in the past, in our situation, when you scored an E, you became the laughing stock of the village. Okay. Then, what is this? A question or a comment? Okay. Then I invite comments.
Thank you, Moderator. First of all, thank you for good work from the Christian Education Committee. One of the challenges they have mentioned is about branding of our school. Moderator, we have a very big challenge when it comes to visual recognition of PCA-sponsored school. Majority of the school are not portraying the logo for the PCA, neither the initials of the PCA church. So some schools, they tend to assume that because the church is the sponsor of the school, there is no physical, there is no tangible evidence that the presence of the church is felt. Apart from maybe 1 or 2 PPI lessons where the evangelist or the minister attend, and in some of the schools extreme, you find that they have a special program for other denomination. But the moment you go to introduce PCA school, you face a lot of rejection. But I'm speaking this from experience. I had to give a directive that every school, it has to start with the initial PCA. If not, I told them I will Christianize it, just like the other churches Christianized their school to St. Mark. I told one of my school I'm going to Christianize this to the very Reverend John Gatu Kiaritha Secondary School. So they had to put the initial. So I feel, Moderator, the committee can still encourage, especially during the Prespa and the Deputy Principal's Forum, let them encourage them to ensure that the billboards, and even in the school building, there is a logo in a very open place where everybody can read. And also the last one, ensure that each school offices have the portrait of the Moderator of General Assembly. Each school must have that portrait. As they look upon the portrait of the President, they should also look upon the portrait of the Moderator of General Assembly. We must be felt, Moderator. Nasi tafadhali.
Thank you. Any other comment? I expected Elder Buelia to have a comment. I don't know why. I was trying to read his mind because he's one of the founders of Prespa. And maybe he could mention 1 or 2 challenges. Yeah. I'm soliciting from
in education and the schools. What is the major issue is that even the members we pick for the BOMs, the chair who is usually nominated by the sponsor, sometimes, quite often, they run away. When they get there, they refuse to pay allegiance to the sponsor and sometimes defy the sponsor. One thing that we are doing in Eastern is that we are having a convention, a meeting, a workshop in the month of June or July, where we are inviting the highest office so that we can stamp our authority in the schools and also to impress on everybody, especially the educators, that sponsoring does not mean constructing buildings in the school. Sponsoring is in another form that they may not understand, which can be explained very well by the moderator if he agrees to come, or the SG or the VSG, or even the HT, so that we stamp our role in the schools and reclaim them. And even the disjointing that we find, the reason why we are disregarded is because we are disjointed. If it is in the Eastern region, you will find a parish is going to the region, and it is the parish minister moving to the region. And the parish minister, I'm not belittling the parish minister, but the regional director will find it difficult to locate that person in Ururo parish. That's my parish, in Ururo parish. While the Methodist, they have a secretary that will go to the director, or the Catholic that will have a full diocese and they have a secretary. When they come, and one time it happened to us, we had gone to Embu and we had our presbytery crack, and when the Catholic one came, we were shoved off so that they listened to that, and then we went in and he was trying to hurry us because he could not recognize us. So there is supposed to be some unity of sorts at the regions, especially the regions that have numerous schools like Eastern, Central, and the Mountain region. They should have some unity. Even when they have their interest there, they can have one face that the director can recognize and will reclaim our authority in those schools. Thank you, moderator.
Thank you. Yes. Elder Gakuru.
Thank you, moderator, and GAC. Well, I have two issues that I want to raise on that. Just as a comment, I don't know whether we have ever taken a deliberate measure to know the membership, the number of teachers that we have in our schools that belong to the PCA. The reason is, there is a time that a certain minister had a parish minister had a complaint with a certain teacher, the head teacher. But when he went to the TSC, he was question was about, the other comment was about the sponsorship. When we are giving out the sponsors, we are finding that in some of our schools, the people that we are forwarding to be the chairman of the maybe primary school, junior school, the PTA, you find that some of them, their qualification are below the standard. Why can't we check on that in future? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We must celebrate having Prespa. And now the one for the deputies, and the one that will be coming for primary schools, junior schools, because they help us in doing a data bank of who are our teachers, what qualifications they have. So that was a very great move. It will help us, but we still encourage you to monitor what is happening in schools where you are, because we must keep the interest. Remember when PCA started its work, or the Scottish missionaries started their work, one of their focus was education. And therefore, we should not keep off schools because they are part of our history. I now want to invite the team for the resolutions.
Christian Education Department resolutions. This GAC receives the report of the Christian Education Department for the year 2025, and it thanks them for the good work, creativity, and vibrancy during the year under review.
Taken.
This GAC notes with appreciation and gratitude to God the good work done by the former director of the Christian Education Department, Reverend Lucy Wambui Waweru, during her tenure at the head office. Further, this GAC wishes her well in her new parochial duties.
Taken.
Thank you, Moderator.
Thank you. Any other additional? None. So we can clap for them as they take their seats. Next item.
Yeah, Moderator, we can take one more report. We are trying to push so that we cover what we lost yesterday, and we can have the report of the youth ministry.
Youth Ministry reports. I see Elder Jane preparing to come. Without a report. Oh, these are the youth. They usually carry it soft. What? Oh, these are the youth. They usually carry it soft. Yes. They can occupy this space. Welcome.
Moderator, this is the Youth Department report for 2025. The year 2025 marked a significant period of restoration and a reimagination for the PCEA National Youth Department. The department overcame previous administrative gaps and challenges of regional underrepresentation. A successful transition was made into a strong and well-coordinated governance structure, guided by the theme inspired to speak, driven from 2 Peter chapter 1, verses 21. We have the board as shown there that supported the youth running during the year under review. And we have the activities and the programs highlights as shown on our screens. We had one of the most successful national youth summit that brought together so many young people from all the regions, and there was a clear display of the talents that the youth have. We engaged and participated in the Youth Week 2025 across all parishes, and the youth were able to do many activities. And the youth has continued to promote spiritual growth and digital outreach through our different programs. Definitely, as we all know, the youth have several challenges in relation to resources, and we would want it to do everything possible as the department to continue to support the youth. We have several successes and achievements that we were able to attain during the year under review, as shown on our screen. And I would want the moderator to invite the chair to do the conclusion and second the report.
Moderator and the Commissioner, I want to conclude by saying, while navigating significant economic insecurities a national mental health crisis among the youth. The department remains committed to bridging the gap between individual holistic growth and social responsibility. Future priorities need to focus on vocational skill development and empowering digital ministry through upgraded media infrastructure across churches. The department should continue to advocate for youth sponsorship, FAD, and parish-level digital investment to ensure no young person is left behind in the One Church digital mission. And without moderator, sir, I want to second the report.
Appreciate them. Okay, any questions to the department? No question. These are the people who are the Gen Zs. These are the people who occupy. These are the people who came up with the slogan Tukokadi. And they form the bulk of the population of this country. Aware that many may not even be gainfully engaged, so they do a lot of informal work, border, hawking, and so on. It's a generation we need to really support because of their big numbers and their lot of energy. When those in the developed world come over, they really salivate that we have such young people. Yet to us, they are trouble. They are nuisance other than during voting, when we want them to vote for us. But for the rest of the time, because they will ask us difficult questions in regard to their economic empowerment, we may not really like them. But for sure, our strength is in those young people. So it is an area we need to really invest in as much as possible. I was waiting for questions. Any comment then? We are hungry. Yes, dalili ya mvua ni mawingu. Then after that we can hear the resolutions.
This GAC receives the report and audited accounts of the Youth Department with gratitude.
Taken.
This GAC recognizes the need to assist needy young people of the church. Further, this GAC proposes the creation of a youth scholarship fund under the GA office to support needy youth affected by economic crisis in pursuance of their studies.
Taken.
This GAC.
I can see a heart. Reverend Misheni?
I have a problem with the word proposes, and this is a big court and a big assembly. We either instruct, we give authority. When we propose, we'll take the proposal. So it's either we instruct
or direct.
Are
you able to get a word for that? That sounds more imperative.
So we say this GAC instructs. We use the word instruct.
Yes. That has teeth. Okay.
Well, that resolution looks okay. We already have from the training committee a pile up in terms of our commission, training and scholarships that have been dwindling. Just wondering how that will be implemented in terms of creating a fund, youth scholarship fund under the GA office to support needy youths. They are over 70% of the population today. So how do we possibly consider the implementation of that resolution?
There's also a fund done by the BSL. I don't know whether these could operate together, because I know BSL, Board for Social Responsibility and Mission, also run a scholarship program. I don't know how we can maybe enrich it, or so that we do not have. I think the Women's Guild as well, they also have a scholarship program. I guess we'll hear it in their report. So I don't know whether we would have an independent one, or maybe have them supporting what is there, because they have an interest because of the youth agenda. Which would be the best way?
Mr. Moderator, as we take those guidance, we can encourage our BSR as they do their sponsorship, they can be more supportive to young people. That would work.
Yes, I think they should now think about how they can enrich their program to reach even more.
Yes.
And we get into it. So let's drop it then.
Okay. This GAC acknowledges the challenges of, Moderator. This GAC recognizes that we are in a highly digital and AI world. Further, this GAC directs that parishes to invest in digital infrastructure and ICT centers to allow youth to tap into the global digital economy.
Taken.
This GAC acknowledges the challenges of mental health in Kenya. Further, this GAC mandates mental health integration and formal counseling and mentorship desks within youth department in parishes.
Taken. Yes.
This GAC notes with appreciation and gratitude to God the good work done by the former director of the youth department, Reverend Anthony Mirengo, during his tenure at the head office. Further, this GAC wishes him well in his new parochial duties.
Taken? Yes.
Thank you.
Could we say something about voter registration? Reverend Karaja? Yeah, you had something else, I guess.
Something different, Moderator. Voter registration to endesha to you. I hope this makes sense. It's about the youth and leadership. This, because Moderator, you realize in most of our places we have very few young people in leadership. The eldership, there are very few of them that are younger. And it's a worry, yet there are so many in our churches, but not in leadership. I don't know how many youthful elders are here that are below 35. This GAC encourages, this GAC directs presbyteries to encourage the youth to take up leadership positions.
Direct presbyteries?
Or urges.
To do what?
To take up leadership positions. Urges presbyteries to encourage the youth to take up leadership positions.
Okay, is it agile, is it mentor and nurture those young people? Yeah, it's a good idea. How do we phrase it so that it captures the spirit?
Because when we say nurture, we have always been saying we are nurturing the youth, we are mentoring the youth. But this is like being deliberate in terms of encouraging the young people to take up leadership positions in our congregations, in our churches, where we are, so that we become deliberate in doing that. Even if it's deacons, there are few churches who are trying to do that, whereby they would even have deacons specifically saying, we need some youth deacons. Unless they are encouraged, they will still remain in the periphery.
Okay, I saw a hand there. Reverend Peters.
Thank you, Moderator and the commissioners. I'm not sure, but I think there was a resolution that had been brought in this GAC last time, trying to bring about a third of the leadership to be the youth, which I think it did not pass. Maybe it's what we are reviving again. I'm not very sure, moderator, sir. But I would like to bring this forward, that this GAC instructs all the leadership groups and
Milele CAC drinking water is the real deal. Now in a brand new look, but still as sparkling as ever. Trust us to quench your thirst. Grab your bottle from a shop near you now. Place your order by calling 0725-253-777 or 0738-225-966. Milele CAC drinking water. Drink fresh, feel Milele.
Welcome to Mono Safaris Tours and Travel, where you discover hidden gems with our exclusive low-season tours. Escape the crowds and experience the beauty of travel during the enchanting low season. We invite you to uncover unique destinations at unbeatable prices. Adventure awaits with Mono Safaris, Tours and Travel. Embrace the extraordinary during the low season. For more information, visit our website www.monosafaris.com or call us at 11504807 or email info@monosafaris.com. Mono Safaris Tours and Travel. We are because we love what we do.
Looking for a serene, affordable getaway in Mombasa? Welcome to Waget Hotel, a PCEA-owned destination where comfort meets value. Whether you're an individual, a family, or a group, Waget Hotel offers the perfect setting for rest, bonding, and fellowship. Enjoy our exclusive off-peak rates for PCEA church groups at just 2,500 shillings per person on half-board and 2,800 shillings per person on full board, inclusive of a complimentary conference hall. At Waget Hotel, we go further with special discounts, flexible packages, and rates designed with your convenience in mind. Experience genuine hospitality in a quiet, serene environment, the perfect place to relax, connect, and create lasting memories with your family and team. For reservations, call 0722 209 796 or WhatsApp 0731 209 796. Waget Hotel, your home away from home in Mombasa.
At Presbyterian College Rubate, each program is designed to combine academic knowledge, practical training, and strong moral values to produce graduates who are ready to serve and lead with excellence.
I am in second year, term 2. I have been in Rubate for around 5 terms now, and it's a student-friendly environment. It's a school where we offer 3 courses: diploma in primary education, diploma in nursing, and diploma in HSS. Diploma in education, it's a course that takes 3 years, 2 years in school and 1 year in practicum. The reason why we are in Rubate, it has a student and friendly environment. It is a school that is based on Christianity. And another thing, it is a school that it is well known for its good results. And students from this school have alumni and you have seen them going far. So it is a school that is well known. We can encourage other people to come and join us because we have seen others growing and we want to grow all together.
My name is Isaac Mudhomi from Presbyterian Teachers College, Rubate. This is my second year in this school. And one thing I can say is that the school is friendly. You'll enjoy staying here. We're offering different courses. We have diploma in primary teacher education. We have diploma in health sciences. And we have diploma in nursing. So one thing about this school, it's a God-fearing school. So you can be sure your kids will be well taken care of, and they'll come out of this school knowing God, and that will be a good thing for you as a parent, because it will help them even in life to make the right decisions. Another thing about this school, we have very friendly tutors and other staff members that help us and nurture us in day-to-day activities. So it's a nice place to be, and I'm proud to be here for honest service.
We want to say that Rubate being a Christian college, our strength is actually to make sure that students here are not only taught to become professionals, but we take time to nurture their spiritual growth in ensuring that we have enough programs to ensure that they participate. A case in point, every Wednesday we have what we call college worship service, where all students, staff, and even visitors, if there are any, are supposed to attend a service from 10 to 11. We also have Bible studies every Thursday, so that our students are also taught the Word of God and they also learn from others. On Saturday, because we have quite a number of SDA students, we also have a service, and we also have a service on Sunday. This is to make sure that all students who come in our college are taken care of spiritually.
Welcome to PCH Ogore Hospital Laboratory, your trusted partner in healthcare diagnostics. At our laboratory, we are committed to providing you with the quality diagnostic services within the region. Our laboratory has a wide range of specialized sections, each dedicated to provide accurate and precise testing. Our phlebotomy team excels at blood collection, ensuring your comfort and well-being. The immunology department focuses on immune system playing a crucial role in diagnostics. Parasitology experts work diligently to detect and identify parasites in your samples. Our blood transfusion team ensures that every donation and transfusion is safe and efficient. Our clinical chemistry experts ensures the accuracy and reliability of biochemical testing.
At PCH Ogore Hospital Laboratory, we understand the importance of precision clinical chemistry results. Our team, under my supervision, ensures that your test results are performed to the highest standard. Hematology is a critical area in diagnosis, and our team is dedicated to provide accurate and timely results. Your health is our priority.
Our microbiology team plays a crucial role in identification and treatment of infectious diseases.
Our microbiology experts work tirelessly to ensure your safety by identifying and addressing infectious diseases. We are committed to your well-being.
PCH Ogore Laboratory, under the guidance of Quality Officer, Lab Manager, and the management, is proud to be an ISO 151-89-2012 accredited laboratory by the Kenya National Accrediting Service, KNAS. We adhere to the highest standards and regulations in clinical chemistry, microbiology, and hematology.
We offer a wide range of services available to both outpatients and inpatients around the clock. Our laboratory is staffed with highly qualified lab technologists who work with the state-of-the-art equipment for every investigation, ensuring precision and accuracy.
We take pride in our commitment to excellence and ensuring that every test result meets the highest standard of quality.
We are committed to quality and participate in external quality assessments such as HOOCAS, ILCA, and NECAS. PCH Ogore Hospital Laboratory actively engages in research, making valuable contributions to healthcare knowledge. We support the next generation of healthcare professionals by providing internship and attachment opportunities to students. Among the many lab tests we offer, here are some of the notable ones. Your health is our priority. Trust us for accurate, reliable, and timely diagnostic services. For more information and appointments, please contact us at 0734 192 208 or visit our website at www.pchogorehospital.org.